have I retained my individuality and not just become
Yeah.
a part of a whole? I don't feel that you have to lose one to gain the other, or vice versa. It doesn't take away in any way being part of a family. It's part of what I am. And again, I guess to a certain degree, I'd allude back to the point that I made about my parents being very, very close. I grew up in that sort of atmosphere where a couple was very important. So I mean, I've always been part of a couple very much, and that couple has always had two children with it. That's the way it always seems to have been. The vast majority of my life, I've been a father, so I can't remember not being one really. I don't think, certainly my mother didn't really think I was grown up until I was about 50. So I don't think it really changed her opinion of me in any way at all. My father never really sort of talked about it in that respect. He never behaved any differently to me. I was still his son. So I think he behaved towards me in exactly that way, that I was a son, just that my circumstances had changed. The reason that I've managed to change and evolve as a person is because I have begun to sort of stand back and look and see consequences, and also see what was jerking my chains vis-a-vis my parents, that has enabled me to stand back and get that longer perspective, which I think is what has changed. That's really what's changed me, that I could stop being the authoritarian person and show weaknesses and show that I could give them just another opinion, not an absolute, but just another opinion, and that they could either take it on board or throw it away as they saw fit. And I think that has been the major evolutionary process for me. Dare I say it, I came from a generation where an awful lot of people would have been in the same position that we were. I mean, the first friend of ours that got married at 16 years old. So, there were an awful lot of us getting married very young and having children very young. It was that sort of generation. It's very, very different from the way it is now. I've always had a workshop, so I've always had that space that is my own space, where I feel that everything is entirely my doing. But my wife has that as well. She has a room in the house which is her space where she works, and she does her own quiet things and so on. So I think it's important if you can do it.